The sad treatment of Trey Lance by the 49ers. How did it come to this? But before that, if you are a true San Francisco 49ers fan, show your support by leaving a like on this video right now. Who could have imagined such a twist? The 49ers invested an enormous capital in Trey Lance's raw potential, and now they seem to have forgotten him in favor of Sam Darnold. But the reasons behind this decision simply don't add up. Kyle Shanahan recently announced that Trey Lance would not be the backup and that Sam Darnold would take the QB2 position. Trey Lance was selected third overall in the 2021 NFL Draft, after the 49ers traded 3 first-round picks with the Dolphins to move up from the 12th position. Typically, when you pick a quarterback in the top 3 of the draft, it's because you're desperate to find a leader for your franchise. In recent seasons, we've seen this come true with players like Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, and even Zach Wilson. Each of these cases is different, but the similarity lies in them being given the opportunity to lead the team. They've had several games to develop and understand the NFL game. However, Lance hasn't received any of that. If anything, he has been subjected to the most unfair treatment that a first-round quarterback has experienced in years. In 2022, Lance had his chance as the starting quarterback. After his second game, he suffered a terrible ankle fracture that kept him out for the rest of the year. We all know what happened from there. The Brock Purdy show began. Purdy had an incredible year after being named Mr. Irrelevant. He led the 49ers in an astonishing winning streak that surprised everyone. He got his chance and made the most of it. As training camp 2023 arrived, Kyle Shanahan didn't name a starting quarterback. Everyone assumed there would be a quarterback competition to see who would win the reins of the 49ers offense. However, from the beginning, something seemed off. On the first day, Lance had to watch the new quarterback taking reps with the first team, while Brock Purdy was still recovering from an injury. Something wasn't adding up, especially because Darnold wasn't showing promise in the early days of training camp. Meanwhile, Lance stood out in training camp, trying to catch Shanahan's attention, but with no results. Shanahan seemed to ignore Lance's successes in training and was clearly focused on Darnold, whom he even compared to the legendary quarterback Steve Young. What happened to Lance? According to Diana Rossini of The Athletic, the 49ers have been seeking to trade Lance for much of the offseason. Finally, the pieces fell into place, and Shanahan had no interest in Lance and wanted to get rid of him. After giving up 3 first-round picks and getting only 3 legitimate games as a quarterback, the door closed for Lance and opened for Sam Darnold. Darnold was given a lot of experience with the first team, throwing to names like George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk. Meanwhile, Trey Lance was throwing to names like Chris Conley, Tay Martin, and Cameron Latu. Do you see the difference? Why didn't we see this coming? Because over time, we've been told that the 49ers are one of the best teams in quarterback development. However, that reputation seems to have been called into question. Fans have had to witness how Shanahan belittled Lance, diminished his value, and didn't give him any chance to succeed. He barely had the opportunity for quality reps in preseason games. Players like Kellen Mond have had more time to develop than Trey Lance. Mond was selected in the 3rd round of the 2021 NFL Draft and has thrown over 50 passes in each preseason since then. Lance hasn't had the same consistency. In his first preseason, he threw 41 passes, then 16 in the next, and finally 33 this year. From the start, Lance has been held back due to poor quarterback development and coaching, and now he seems destined to seek new opportunities in the future. Even Shanahan made his position clear in an interview with KNBR after the announcement. If there's a better situation that his heart's involved in, we're going to make sure we don't do something that hurts him that way. This sounds like a plan for Lance to find a team that wants him and be traded. Expect to see Lance formally requesting a trade in the coming weeks if he hasn't already, and expect him to be upset if the 49ers don't take action. Instead of Shanahan sticking with the player he chose, who has 2 years left on his contract. He chose to go with a player on a 1-year contract, who will want more money next year. What a waste of draft picks that could have turned the 49ers into Super Bowl winners instead of mere contenders. The support of the fans is crucial to the team's success. Are you ready to contribute? Subscribe to the San Francisco 49ers channel. What's your opinion on this news as a San Francisco 49ers fan? Is it favorable or unfavorable for our team? Leave your comment below, as it's essential for the success of the San Francisco 49ers. Stay updated, as I'll bring you the latest team news at any time.